Good morning. How are you? Had a particular hankering to go out and run by water today, and the geese seem to have calmed down a little bit, so they don't get too excited here. But just down here in the Nation River, was going to go down to the St. Lawrence, but I've got some other things to do, like build a couple of garden beds. So that's what's happening. That's what's going on. A little bit later this morning, I've got the lumber ordered. It's only curbside pickup, go get it, put them together, and away we go. Anyway, so I think most of us figure out that there's just a high degree of fuckery afoot going on, eh? From all corners of the world. I mean, it's unbelievable. We're going to ignore the data. So politicians, let's just ignore the data, and how can we best manipulate the populace by the nose to just behave in particular ways that actually will make us look a little bit better come election time. Because that's what's going on, okay? Understand that. That's what's going on a whole bunch all over the place. You know, on the drive down here today, I just heard, you know, the banks in the U.S., I don't know what it is in Canada, let's take it be 1/10 or thereabouts. The banks in the U.S. have already reaped $10 billion in fees to just administer some of this free money that's going out all over the place in the most inefficient way. There are people that are getting it, not getting it, all this stuff all over the place. And I guess this latest deal they did down there, you know, they crashed the system. I don't know, 10 minutes, something like that. So I'm like going, oh, this is just getting goofy. In fact, when people come out with data and real, like, great studies and things that are rock solid, it tries to get shut down. You've probably heard about the stuff, you know, Google taking stuff down, or Facebook taking stuff down because it doesn't fit a political narrative of some sort. I mean, yeah, that's why I call it fuckeries afoot all over the place. Even in my industry, not my company, not me, but in my industry, I see folks that are making all kinds of magic claims. You know, take some of this magic oil and put it on this magic cloth and wipe down your counters, and you will magically be free of any viruses everywhere. Or take this great silver-infused liquid and pour it down your gullet, and you too will be immune. Right, Jim Baker? Yeah, you know, there's just so much nonsense. But most people are figuring that out. That's what gets me excited. Most people know in their guts, in their heart, that these sort of draconian measures that are being taken by various entities have got nothing to do with you and everything to do with them. Okay, got it? Remember the flattening the curve? Well, now suddenly some folks are talking about, no, we have to get rid of the virus. We got to keep it all shut down till we can figure out how to get rid of it and inoculate everybody. That's just garbage. In fact, never in the history of mankind have they ever had a perfect vaccine, for example, for coronavirus. You know that because flu comes along and mutates and mutates and mutates, right? Which strain will it be today? Now you're coming to understand what a strain is, right? Things change. What's coming around? What's going around? I don't know. Do we get it right? Do we not get it right? Look, we're biological beings, okay? We're susceptible to viruses and bacteria. The good news is we've got innate defense systems, providing we take care of ourselves, right? Providing we take care of ourselves, to, in the end of the day, to fight that stuff off. To not only hold it at a standstill, but keep it back. Yeah, that's the whole thing. In fact, the data's real clear. Okay, extremely clear of who the susceptible groups are in certainly North America, if not the world. So we know that there's an age deal going on there. Folks whose systems are breaking down a little bit. You see it run rapid in nursing homes and that sort of thing. But part of that, I think, has to do with the second thing. It's very evident that folks that have issues dealing with high glucose levels, okay? So pre-diabetics, diabetics, to some extent folks that are on blood pressure, but that might be because they're pre-diabetic anyways, maybe in some cases, that sort of thing, are really susceptible. That's the thing. Hi there, lifestyle. Oh my God. You mean if it's to be, it's up to me. I got to take care of myself in order to stay in a state of vigor and vitality. You bet. But I thought this wonderful thing I was taking called metformin was going to solve all my deal. Sorry, not the deal. Doesn't keep you that healthy, not compared to the other things that you can do. That doesn't mean not to take it. That doesn't mean not to manage it. That doesn't mean, but it also means the thing to get after you. That's the thing. That's the deal. And that's what I do. You know, I've just instituted an affiliate program, a way in which folks can start to sample, you know, some of the products that I've been working with for 14, 15 years, get a good little feel for them, right? And be able to share that sort of story with people and make a few extra bucks. At least it's a start for some people, right? That's the neat thing. And I like that. I like that where it gives people at least some glimmer of, I can take a step in a positive direction and 2 steps. I don't need to go full blast. If I want to go full blast, I'm certainly going to show people how to do it, but I can take some simple steps to start to realize and understand that if it's to be, it's up to me. That my future of vigor and vitality is about me, not about them. Okay? Those folks, okay, have got a monumental task in front of them to try and just deal with what I call the masses, right? But you as an individual, you and only you can decide that you are going to live in vigor and vitality, right? Energy, you know, get out, run, do the things that you want to do, enjoy days like this, you know? Not hunker down, not this thing like, oh, they're all going to come and get me. Oh no, I'm out in public. Really? This isn't public. Just around the corner from here is a little riverside park. You know, slide, a couple swings, 2 picnic tables. Nobody's ever there. Oh, little time there's some, but for the most part, it's all locked up. It's all chained up. It's COVID. Don't come in here. You know, does that make any sense to you? Does that make sense to you when they tell people in Ottawa a couple of times, I think last week or within the last 2 weeks, you know, folks have been fined like $800 for being in a park by themselves, riding a bicycle with their little kids. Come on, you know that that's not right. Okay? You know that. I know it. Some overzealous political hacks just want to have that control. Okay? Well, resist that control. And I say, resist it. It's time. It's time to realize, wake up, that the fuckery afoot is not a good thing that's happening all over. Free money everywhere. You know, how in the heck, I mean, if we think about it from a masses standpoint, how in the heck are people going to get, I liked it when I just had, you know, $2,000, whatever the heck it is, coming in and I wasn't doing much, or I got my unemployment boosted up, you know, but I'm sitting at home. You know, I'm wondering about some of these. I was in Canada, they're talking about, you know, these big indoor shopping malls. I forget, 25-30% of all rents were not paid last month. What the heck is happening on that side? Okay, how many big functional working units in organizations, companies, are now going to dissolve? How long will it take to build back those skills and levels and interaction between people? I don't know. You don't know. But I do know there are things that you can do while you're sitting around, or maybe you're working from home, but you're realizing that, maybe you got an extra hour a day to really start working on you. Yeah, that's the thing. So I get excited. You should get excited. People are realizing, most people realize that there's nonsense happening all around them. And a lot of folks are going, okay. I'm disappointed in a lot of politicians. I didn't, hear that this local premier, I call him local premier here in Ontario. You know, I really thought he was on the right foot, but when I heard what he was going to do, this like slow rollout, based on what? Based on what? Okay, that's the thing. It wasn't based on crap outside of political positioning. That's the thing. That's the thing that's happening. There's a lot of political positioning happening all over the place. So just be aware, see what's happening, decide that you're going to look inside and say, what is it that you can do in order to be better? What skills can you develop to be better? What practices of personal well-being can you start put in place to be better? And my God, the end of the day, what is it that you can do to make folks around you just a little better? Okay, that's it. This is Roll On, that stuff like that. Welcome to the Nation River once again. I don't know, I think you can see all of that. This car, that's a very rural road. But it's nice. And I suspect with the rain that's coming tomorrow or next day or whatever, that thing's going to fill up pretty good. Okay, goodbye. Take care.